As the war against ISIS continues, the number of Americans and people from other Western countries trying to join ISIS continues to grow.
Well, tonight in The Price of Freedom, Josh Rose sits down with a military expert to talk about what ISIS is doing to recruit young Westerners. Josh.
Kim and Calvin, ISIS is working to recruit mostly young people from all across the country, including right here where you live. Retired four-star General B.B. Bell spent close to 40 years of his life serving and leading in the United States Army. He has a lot to say about how ISIS is working to recruit Americans and what we as a nation should be doing to counter ISIS propaganda. Over the last several weeks, we've seen mostly young Americans trying to leave this country to join ISIS in Syria and Iraq. A teenager from the Chicago area, 3 teen girls from Denver, just a couple of the latest examples. According to CIA estimates, at least 2,000 Westerners have joined ISIS. Estimates of the number of Americans fighting with ISIS vary.
Our enemy, in this case, ISIS or other radical Islamic fundamentalist groups who want to terrorize America, and there are plenty of them out there, run effective information operations campaigns to attract our youngsters to their cause. They do this mostly through social media and the internet.
Four-star General B.B. Bell retired from the Army in 2008 after 39 years of military service. He currently lives in the Chattanooga area and still does work as a military consultant.
Given the tools that they have, we have to recognize that they'll employ those tools to attract young people from the United States who might become fascinated with the lure of this kind of adventurism.
ISIS recruiting videos and internet propaganda are not difficult to find. There are many reasons a terrorist group would want Americans to join their ranks, including young people from right here in the Tennessee Valley.
It's much better to have a youngster from Chattanooga, Tennessee in your army who then could more easily go back behind enemy lines, that is, back into America, and propagate, one, your message, and two, potentially propagate your battle techniques, and that means killing Americans through terrorist activities.
Currently, there are a dozen U.S. residents, 11 of them Americans, who have been accused of, some facing charges related to attempting to join the fight in the Middle East. According to reports, 4 of the dozen are from or have ties to North Carolina. General Bell does say if young Americans go, most will not want to stay.
Most youngsters, after a few minutes in a culture of that nature, recognize the beauty of the United States of America and want to return quickly.
General Bell does offer suggestions of what needs to be done to combat this. He says a counter campaign would help.
What we need to do is present a better alternative. Our own websites, whether it comes from civilian industry and business, churches, religious groups, our government, that teach our youngsters why we have a better idea than radical Islamic fundamentalism that propagates the notion of cutting off folks' heads, subjugating and subverting females in their societies to a very low status, to a very centralized governmental approach where you have no choice about your own behavior patterns. This isn't America.
And there are several tactics ISIS and other terror groups are using to lure Westerners. Some of it preys on teenage girls, either as brides or in other roles. Some of it targets religious views, and some offer types of educational opportunities. Their internet propaganda is often very sophisticated.